You are listening to this, but you've never questioned who is actually listening. Your entire life, there has been a voice inside your head telling you who you are, what you can do, and what you can't, and you trusted it blindly. But today, for the first time, you are about to observe it. You think that voice is you, but if it really was you, why can't you silence it? Why does it keep speaking when you beg for peace? Why does it replay your worst memories and feed your deepest fears? The truth is darker than you're ready to accept. You have built your identity around something that was never you. You are not the voice, you are the one hearing it. And that voice, it's just a loop, a program, a prison. And the most dangerous part is you never questioned it. You obeyed it. You became it. And now your entire life reflects its limits. But now that you are aware, one question will destroy your compass. If that voice isn't you, then who have you been your entire life? And if you don't wake up now, you may never meet your real self. Tell your mind to be silent right now. Go ahead. Try it. What happened? It didn't stop, did it? That's your first proof. You are not in control. You thought you were the thinker, but you're actually being controlled by something you can't even turn off. That voice doesn't guide you, it limits you. It keeps you small, safe, average. Every time you try to step forward, it pulls you back. Every time you dream bigger, it whispers fear. And you listen. Why? Because you believe that voice is you. But the truth is, you've never actually met yourself. You've only met the voice. You've lived your entire life inside a script you didn't write, a loop you didn't choose, and now you're stuck inside it, repeating the same pattern, the same fears, the same limits. And the worst part, you don't even realize you're trapped. You lost yourself without even knowing you had something to lose. There's a war inside you, and you chose the wrong side. Inside your mind, two forces exist. One speaks and one listens. But your entire life, you believed the speaker was you. The one that doubts you, criticizes you, holds you back. You trusted the wrong voice, and because of that, you betrayed your real self. The listener, the silent observer, that's the real you. Calm, aware, limitless. But you ignored it. You gave your power to noise instead of truth. And now, your life reflects that mistake. You live small, you hesitate, you fear. Not because you're weak, but because you believed a lie. And here's the part that will hurt your ego. You were never broken. You were just listening to the wrong voice your entire life. That voice isn't protecting you, it's controlling you. You thought it was there to help you, to keep you safe. But look closely. What has it actually done? It stopped you from taking risks. It made you doubt yourself. It kept you inside your comfort zone. That's not protection. That's control. A silent cage. And you didn't even notice when the door closed. Every time you tried to grow, it pulled you back. Every time you felt powerful, it made you question yourself. And you obeyed over and over again until it became your identity. But now ask yourself, if that voice disappeared today, who would you be? Because the truth is, you don't even know yourself without it. And that's how deep the trap goes. You were never free, not even for a second. You thought your thoughts were yours. Your choices were yours. Your personality was yours. But what if all of that was just conditioning? What if every fear you have was planted? What if every limit you believe was taught? Then who are you without all of that? This is the illusion. The biggest one, you didn't become yourself. You were shaped into something, and you accepted it without question. That voice became your identity, and now you can't even imagine life without it. That's not freedom. That's dependency. That's control. And unless you break it, You will live and die as a version of yourself that was never real. And your real self will remain unknown forever. You don't know who you are, and that should scare you. Everything you believe about yourself comes from that voice. Your confidence, your insecurities, your limits. But if that voice isn't you, then your entire identity is built on something false. That means your fears aren't real. Your limits aren't real. But you made them real by believing them. And now they control your actions, your decisions, your future. You're not living freely. You're reacting automatically, like a system running in the background. And the scariest part, you call it yourself. You trusted something that was never you, and now you're lost inside it. Your thoughts are not yours. They were given to you from childhood. People told you who to be, what to fear, what to believe. And slowly, that became the voice in your head. It feels like you, but it's not original. It's a collection of everything you absorb. And now it speaks as if it owns you. Every doubt you feel, every fear, every hesitation, it all comes from that conditioning. Not from you, but you never questioned it. You accepted it as true. And now it controls your reality. You are not thinking, you are repeating. You are living as an illusion of yourself. The version of you that you believe is real is just a projection, built from thoughts, fears, memories. But none of that is truly you. It's just layers. And you got lost in those layers. You forgot what's underneath. Something silent, something aware, something real. But instead of discovering it, you kept feeding the illusion, strengthening it, living through it. And now you don't even know what's real anymore. Your mind is lying to you constantly. It tells you you are not enough, that you will fail, that you should stay where you are, and you believe it. But what if it's wrong? What if everything it says is just fear, not truth? Then your entire life is based on lies. Every decision you didn't take, every risk you avoided, every dream you ignore, all because of a voice that might not even be real. You didn't fail, you were misled. You are not in control of your life, and deep down you know it. You react, you hesitate, you overthink, not because you choose, but because something inside you pushes you. That voice, always there, always influencing, and you follow it without realizing. That's not control, that's programming. And until you step back and see it, you will keep living the same patterns again and again. Same thoughts, same fears, same life, different day, same priest. Every single day, a voice inside your head tells you what's possible and what's not. It tells you when to stop, when to hesitate, when to doubt yourself, and you listen without hesitation. But have you ever stopped and asked, what if it's wrong? What if that voice is not telling you the truth, but just repeating fear? Think about it. Every opportunity you missed, every risk you avoided, every time you held yourself back, it wasn't reality stopping you. It was a voice, a thought, something invisible, and yet it controls your entire life. That's how powerful it is. Not because it's real, but because you believe it. You never verified it. You never challenged it. You just accepted it as you. And now, your life reflects that blind trust. You're not living freely. You're reacting to a script running in your mind, a script you didn't write, a script you don't even understand. And the worst part, you defend it, you protect it, you call it your personality. But deep down, something feels off, because a part of you knows you were meant for more than this limited version of yourself. You are not in control. You are being controlled. You think you make decisions. You think you choose your path. But if you look closely, you will see a pattern. The same fears, the same excuses, the same hesitation, over and over again. That's not freedom. That's programming. That voice in your head has been running your life for years. It tells you what's safe. It tells you what's dangerous. And without realizing it, you obey. You don't question it. You don't fight it. You follow it. And slowly, it shapes your reality, your habits, your future. You become predictable, controlled, limited, and you don't even notice it happening because it feels like you. That's the illusion, the perfect trap. You're not forced, you're convinced. And that's far more dangerous because when control feels like choice, you never try to escape. And that's why most people never wake up. They think they're already free. The voice in your head is not your friend. It's your limit. You trust it. You listen to it. You believe it's guiding you. But look at the result. Has it made you fearless? Has it pushed you to your highest potential? Or has it kept you safe, small, average? That voice doesn't want you to grow because growth is uncomfortable. Growth is uncertain, and that voice is built to avoid discomfort, so it keeps you where you are. It convinces you that you're not ready, that you're not enough, that you should wait. And you listen again and again until waiting becomes your life, until hesitation becomes your identity. And by the time you realize it, years have passed, opportunities are gone, and you're still the same, not because you couldn't change, but because you never stepped outside the voice. You didn't fail, you just never took control. You are addicted to your own thoughts, and it's destroying you. You think you're thinking, but you're actually trapped in a loop. The same thoughts, the same worries, the same fears, repeating every day, and you don't even notice it, because it feels normal, comfortable, familiar. But that's exactly what makes it dangerous. You're addicted to a pattern that limits you. You replay your past mistakes. You imagine worst-case scenarios. You doubt your abilities, and every time you do, you strengthen that loop. You go deeper into it until it becomes your reality. And now, even when opportunities come, you can't see them. Because your mind is too busy repeating the same story. A story that keeps you stuck. A story that keeps you small. And the worst part, you're the one repeating it without realizing you can stop. You build your identity on something that isn't real. Everything you think you are is based on thought, labels, beliefs, memories. But none of these are sabbath. They change, they shift. Yet you built your entire identity on them. You said, this is me, and you locked yourself into it. You stopped exploring. You stopped growing because you believed you already knew who you are. But what if you don't? What if that identity is just a collection of past experiences, a mental story? Then you are not living as yourself. You are living as a version created by your mind, a version shaped by fear, by society, by conditioning. And now you are stuck inside it, defending it, protecting it, even when it limits you. You didn't find yourself, you trapped yourself. Silence scares you because that's where the truth is. Have you noticed? You are always distracted. Music, phone, noise, conversation. You avoid silence because the moment everything goes quiet, you start hearing that voice clearly. And something about it feels uncomfortable. Because deep down, you know it's not stable. It's not reliable. It's chaotic. And you don't want to face it. So you keep distracting yourself. You keep running. But the truth doesn't disappear. It waits in silence. And the longer you avoid it, the stronger it becomes. Because you never confront it, you never observe it, you just escape. And the more you escape, the more control it gains over you. You don't think, you react. Every time something happens, your mind instantly responds with fear, with doubt, with judgment. And you believe that the response is you thinking. But it's not. It's automatic, conditioned, programmed, Real thinking is slow, aware, conscious. But what you do is react instantly, without awareness. And that reaction shapes your life. It decides how you feel, how you act, what you do next. And because you never pause, you never question it. But you just follow it again and again until your entire life becomes a series of unconscious reactions. You are not living consciously, you are just responding to a script. You are afraid of losing your thoughts because you think you lose yourself. The idea of silence scares you. The idea of an empty mind feels wrong because you believe your thoughts are who you are. But what if they're not? What if removing them doesn't destroy you but reveals you? That's the fear. Not losing yourself, but discovering that what you thought was you never was. And that realization is uncomfortable because it means everything you believed about yourself could be false. And your ego will do anything to protect that illusion. Your ego is not you. It's a defense system. It reacts. It gets hurt. It compares. It protects your image. But it's not real. It's just a layer built to survive, built to protect an identity that doesn't even exist. And yet, you let it control your emotions, your reactions, your decisions. Every time someone criticizes you, it reacts. Every time you feel inferior, it reacts. And you follow it without realizing it's not you. It's just a system trying to stay alive. And the more you feed it, the more it controls you. You are living on autopilot and calling it life. Same thought, same routine, same reaction. Every day, nothing changes because you're not aware. You're just repeating patterns. Wake up, scroll, think, react, sleep, repeat. That's not living. That's not living. Then the longer you stay in it, the harder it becomes to break free because it feels normal, familiar, safe. But deep down, you know something is missing, something is off. Because you're not truly present, you're just running a loop. The moment you observe your thoughts, everything changes. Not control them, not fight them, just observe. Watch them like they don't belong to you. And suddenly, a gap appears, a distance. You realize you're separate from them, and in that moment, they lose power. They slow down. They weaken. Because they only control you when you identify with them, when you believe them. But the moment you step back, they become just noise, background noise. And for the first time, you experience silence. Real silence. You have been asleep your entire life. And this is your wake-up call. Not asleep physically, but mentally. Lost in thought. Lost in identity. Lost in a voice that never belonged to you, and you called it life. You called it me. But now, something is breaking. Something is shifting. You are starting to see the illusion, and it's uncomfortable. It's heavy, because it means everything you believe might not be true. But this is the moment where you either go back to sleep or wake up completely. There is no middle, because once you see it, you can't unsee it. The voice will still speak, but you'll know it's not you. And that changes everything. Because the moment you stop being controlled by the voice is the moment you finally take control of your life. And now you can't unsee it. Something inside you has already shifted. You might try to ignore it, distract yourself, go back to your normal life, but deep down, you know something is different. The voice is still there, still speaking, still trying to pull you back into the same old patterns, the same fears, the same limits. But now there's a gap, a distance, and for the first time, you're not completely inside it, you're watching it. And that alone changes everything. Because the moment you realize that voice isn't you, its control begins to crack. Not instantly, not completely, but slowly, quietly, like something losing power. And here's the truth most people will never accept. Nothing outside you was ever the real prison. Not your situation, not other people, not your past. It was always that voice, and even more uncomfortable than that, it was you believing it without question. You trusted it, you followed it, you built your identity around it. Every doubt you accepted, every fear you obeyed, every time you held yourself back, it wasn't reality stopping you. It was that voice, and now you have to face that not as an idea, but as a fact. Because once you see it clearly, there's no escape from the truth. And this is the moment that defines everything. Because from here, you only have two paths. You either go back to sleep, you go back to reacting, overthinking, doubting, repeating the same patterns, convincing yourself this was just a video, just a thought, something you'll forget. And if you do that, nothing changes, you stay exactly where you are. Same mindset, same life, same limits, and one day, maybe years from now, it will hit you that you had a chance to wake up and you ignored it. Or you stay with feeling this discomfort, this awareness. You start watching that voice instead of blindly following it. You question it. You separate from it. And slowly you take your power back. Because here's the truth that will hit your ego the hardest. You were never stuck. You were just controlled. And even deeper than that, you allowed it. No one forced you. No one trapped you. It wasn't the world. It wasn't your circumstances. It was a voice and your belief in it. And now that you see it, you can't pretend anymore. You can't go back to being unconscious without feeling it inside you. So this is it. Not motivation, not entertainment, not just another video. This is a line, a moment, a decision. Stay the same or change everything, because once you truly understand this, once you really see that you are not the voice, you won't be able to go back to the person you were before. And maybe that's what scares you the most. Not the truth itself, but the realization that the you you've been protecting your whole life was never really you.